that remains a question in contention, whether or not that degree of hers is a step in the right direction to at least get her to where she's supposed to be politically. And now it's that time where we speak to lovely guests who join us every Friday, and they tell us about themselves, they tell us who they are. And in studio tonight we've got Patricia Kihoro, who is an artist, and she's going to be telling us about what she's been up to ever since we last saw her on the popular media scenes. And also we have Fena Gitu, who is an artist. I'm a fan of both of you, by the way. It's good to have you in studio tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I'll start with Fena. Fena, what have you been up to, really?
Well, since when?
Since let me see. Since the last time we saw you out there, famously out there.
A lot has happened this year. Most importantly, being the album release in Coke Studio. A couple of shows both in Kenya and outside. So we've been busy. Yeah.
All right, you've been so busy, I can tell, especially with the Coke Studio.
Yes.
A lot has been going on for you. But before we get into that, let me get to Patricia. Patricia, I've heard you on radio. I think I've seen you act as well. But, that is something that I can say I have seen you do. But what have you been up to aside from that?
Well, basically, that's most of it. I've been acting, I've been singing, I've been working in radio, I've been writing and directing. I produced a stage show as well. I've been on tour. I did a tour of Europe a couple of years ago with some other fantastic musicians from Kenya as well. So basically, I've just been doing everything that I enjoy.
Right.
Yes.
And everything you enjoy is just being an artist, an all-round artist, I should say. You do radio. Where exactly? What radio station?
I'm working currently at Homeboys Radio, which is just down the road. And I have a show every Saturday called Afro Central. And basically what I do is play exclusively African music that's urban and contemporary and not necessarily mainstream. I'm also trying to support and bring up artists who are coming up but they don't get the airplay that they deserve. Right. So that's what I've been doing as well.
All right. Fena, one of my favorite songs of yours is Phenomenal.
Yes.
And what is phenomenal about that song is the fact that you dedicate the third verse of that song to your mom.
Who's actually watching right now.
Exactly. So, what sort of attachment is this that we're talking about?
Well, Phenomenal Woman was mostly to thank my support system, because I've had the best friends and family pushing me right from when I was a child. So the word phenomenal itself is a pun on my name Fena and phenomenon or phenomenal, whatever. So yeah, it's basically just all the good men and women out there doing their thing. Yeah, it's just bigging you up.
Right. All right. Everyone who is a fan of yours, like I am, I tend to get the feeling that you are a tomboy.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
Well, growing up, I had many male cousins around me. So it kind of came naturally, and I've always just been a very chilled out person. I'm not really into the hype or overdoing things. So I seek simplicity. Yeah.
Are you an introvert, extrovert, or a little bit of both?
Painfully introvert. I'm the shyest human being you'll meet.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem so.
When you're doing music, that's another side of me, the entertainer. But outside the scene, if you ask her, or no, she's not the best judge. Yeah, but I'm quite shy. I'm very quiet. Yeah.
All right. Patricia, you've done a song called Ngoma.
Yes.
And I was reading one of your blogs, and you happened to say you were fooling around with your guitarist. What exactly did you mean by that?
We were jamming. Sometimes we'll be in the house and maybe Fena and I can be hanging out and then we decide to sing. So that day I was home with Toby, who is my guitarist. He's the most loyal, most amazing, talented guitarist that I know. And there was the song Goma, which was written by a friend of mine a couple of years ago. And we decided to just let's record it. We were just in the house, but we're like, let's record it on camera. My aunt was getting married in the States, so my mom had this idea of maybe, we could send her that as a like a gift, a tribute on her wedding day. So they played it at her wedding.
Impressive.
Because I wasn't able to go, so
It's a very emotional song. And you've also done Loving Wrong as well.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And Loving Wrong seems to be the more vibrant you. What inspired that song?
Calvo Mistari is a good friend of mine, and we've known each other for a while, and he'd always insisted we have to do a collaboration. So this song basically came up with Dilly, the producer, and we were at his studio, and Calvo had said, it's time, let's do this song. So we went, Dilly played the track, we loved it, and then we just sat there and wrote. And usually when I write, it has to be something coming from, what I'm going through. So at the time, I was going through a relationship with someone, and it was really tumultuous. So I decided if this is somebody I want to be with, even if it's hard, let's just continue loving wrong. If it can't be right, if it can't be the fairy tale, we'll just keep fighting. It's okay. Then we can't love right, we'll love wrong.
All right.
Yes.
And I'll now get back to Fena. Fena, you've also done another song that seems very popular at the moment. That is Jabulani.
Yes.
And you've done a bit of collabs as well with your Cox Studio project with a number of artists from across Africa. What does that mean for you?
Well, it means a lot. First of all, being picked to be on Coke Studio. I'm relatively new in the music scene, although I've been working since like 2008.
Right.
Just the fact that they can pick me to represent Kenya on that stage, for me, was everything. Yeah.
Okay. And the Jabulani song? What inspired
Jabulani,
it?
I write from my own experiences or people close to me. And at that time, it just felt like there was this whole negative vibe everywhere. Everyone was going through something. And it just came at the right moment, even at that point in my life. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Now, there's usually a task that we normally give everybody who comes here, and that is, of course, to join us and see what it's like to do a job like like ours. And I wish there was an opportunity for us to be able to do something that
To come on stage and sing.
Exactly, like come on stage and sing. But now I'm just going to ask you, ladies, to walk with me and see how this experience goes. Of course.
Okay.
My mic.
Usually we have about 2 seats